Okay, hello everybody. Today I want to talk about the thoughts we had made up about our global competence and reflecting on what we think, why global competence is important, what are the biggest challenges to actually get globally competent ourselves, and how we can actually take active steps to that end. So, for the first thing about the importance of being globally competent, we noticed that even after the lectures we have limited knowledge about the world, and we need to learn more about it to understand it more, become actually competent. We need to develop our own cultural awareness and become respectful to be able to navigate global society. And especially one of the things that came to our mind was that to tackle global climate change, which we talked about in the Netherlands in the Tuvalu session, that we need to become much more globally competent to actually deal with those issues. And for that, there are 4 domains we can actually work in, which is becoming more investigative of the world, recognizing perspectives of the world, communicating our own ideas, and taking action.
Okay, so next let's talk about the challenges in becoming more globally competent in the pandemic area. So I concluded the 3 most severe challenges that we'll face when we want to become more globally competent. And first, I want to talk about racism. Because of the pandemic, the racial discrimination against the Orientals, according to the news, has arisen, and it makes Eastern migrants around the world has to live in constant fear, and have trouble working with their colleagues, eventually causing racial segregation. And second, let's talk about unemployment. So many occupations fails to provide their services to the society in the pandemic. For example, artists, tourist guide, and the aviation industry. Those are the jobs that have to face unstable livelihood because the environment doesn't need many of them in this extreme time. So if a person only specializes in one field, the risk of them losing their job during this rapidly changing society will be very likely. And 3, let's talk about education. So education is one of the most fundamental facts that decide whether a country can be prosperous. However, during the pandemic, students lost their chances to learn from school, and therefore lost the opportunity to socialize with others. For example, having communication with teachers, getting along with classmates, and discussing homework after school. Those are crucial things that foster the well-being of a kid, and could have been achieved from remote learning. And there are still many other inconveniences when using remote teaching. And once those students have to go through these terrible education conditions, how can we expect them to become more globally competent?
Okay, so in fact, we can be globally competent now. The most important things we should do is to cultivate global mobility during college life. First, we should learn and be adapted in foreign language. For example, we could sign up for language courses that we are interested in, such as Japanese or Spanish or English. And we could partake in diverse clubs and seize opportunity to communicate with foreign friends. From my perspective, I think this is ideal for us because we are the undergraduate students in the NTU, which have more funds, resources, and opportunities than any other universities throughout Taiwan. Second, we should foster international outlook. But how to do it? We could make good use of internet to keep abreast of current situations throughout the world, and attend related activity to interact with people professionally in different aspects, which in turn making us more sensitive about the world. Last but not least, as Steve Jobs said, we should stay hungry and stay foolish, and be humble and keep learning. We should be curious about unknown and enthusiastic to acquire new knowledge, and to cultivate our own expertise, which makes us more likely to stand out from others. And that is our presentations about my global competence. Thank you for listening.